you'll never have true freedom unless you have your own. So you being the CEO of Bella Sloan, does that affect anything?
This is mine. I do what I want.
See, this is why we fight.
I do what I want. I move and shake as I please. Okay,
I allow her to feel that way. Yeah,
you can see the fruits in that labor.
Yo, welcome back. Season 2 officially kicking off of Attractive Mindset. And today's guest, listen, I'm telling you, nothing but spectacular individuals this year. Last year was full of them too, but this year we're going even crazier. And I want to introduce some legendary people in the industry that are just moving. Anywhere they go, you know their name. They're setting the precedent. They're setting the pace. Black community, Black excellence, Black wealth. I'm going to let them introduce themselves a little bit. We got Bella Sloan Enterprises in the building.
Hey, what's going on? This is Herman Damaris Jr., founder of Bella Sloan Enterprises, also known as Haitian CEO.
And I'm Damaris. I am the CEO of Bella Sloan Enterprises.
Hey.
Yeah.
So
thank you for having us, bro. I appreciate
absolutely.
it.
Thank you.
Welcome. You know, South Florida's very own. But what is Bella Sloan Enterprises?
What is Bella Sloan Enterprises? Damaris?
Why you always do this to me? But like he looked dead at you.
Because I'm always the face. I want you to start talking. Go ahead.
Don't
be embarrassed right now. I'm trying to bring her out. She be shy.
Oh my God.
This is your first podcast?
No.
Okay.
When were you on the podcast before?
PodCon.
That's PodCon.
I don't care.
This is her first podcast. Go ahead, sis.
There you go.
What is Bella Sloan Enterprises?
Bella Sloan Enterprises is a powerhouse. So we are a financial wellness company that helps small businesses to large businesses be able to structure and get funding. Yeah.
And so get funding in which way?
In any way you want.
You got options.
Ask and you shall receive.
Actually, you shall receive.
And so for the people that don't know what to ask, because that's pretty common nowadays, what would you tell them? Like, especially if it's somebody that doesn't even know what's available as a funding method.
So there's lines of credits, there's credit cards, there's loans, there's all types of products that you can get from a bank, right? But we just show you how to structure your business to be a lot more corporate so that you can qualify and look sexy to the banks. So most companies need funding to be able to operate and maneuver and grow and scale. So where do you get that money from? You go get it. So we show you how to go get it, and we show you the proper way and the methods to obtain the amount that you're looking for, from $10,000 up to $250,000, even up to $1 million. So that's what we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so what's the difference between somebody getting a 10,000 to somebody getting $1 million?
Oh, you got to make some money to get $1 million.
Yeah,
It's a painful process. They want your DNA. They want the hair off your body. They want your firstborn. Yeah. That process is very intense.
And after that, right? Then they ask for taxes and bank statements. When you try to get $1 million a year. But before that, you know, you got good credit, a good solid profile. You get up to 100, 150,000, no documentation. That's easy. And that's what we really teach. Because a lot of our clients, when you putting up platinum cards and gold cards and $50,000 limits, they're like, how? And you tell them like, yo, this is very possible. If your credit is put together, your business is structured properly, that's no documentation each and every day. That's easy.
So how did you two meet?
Yeah, I don't know. The universe don't like me. You know what I'm saying?
That's wild.
No, so she is a childhood friend of my brother's.
We haven't been to high school. 14 years old.
14 years old. So I was running Bella Sloan by myself. I wanted to keep all the money to myself. So I was on my Dave Chappelle like this. But I ran out of hours in the day. So I needed to understand scale. And I didn't understand scale. You have to dump that money back into the business and reinvest. So my brother was like, yo, I got a great friend. She's pretty dope. I didn't want to pay her. So she actually started working for free. I'm paying for that now because she charges a lot now. But
I don't know why he be acting all crazy
whatever,
like that.
I'm just saying.
I pay my way. My pay is my way.
This is cap. I had to beg her for my credit card outside. Yeah, she's held it hostage. But no. But she's amazing. My brother introduced me to her. She seriously worked for free. Then she worked for like $4.50. And then and now she's the CEO running the company. So it's been an absolute blessing.
And so, and when you look for a CEO for a company as Bella Sloan Enterprises, what are some of the qualities that stood out the most?
Someone who knows how to take direction, listen when I speak, understand when not to be. It's like I'm playing. Logistics. Because your clients have to go down this funnel, bro, and they have to be kept within these rails because they go crazy. So somebody to understand systems and logistics, understand how to analyze profit and loss sheet. Like, yo, this shit ain't working no more. We got to pivot. Someone who understands how to deal with clients, and someone who knows how to manage people. She has none of those qualities. So what I did was,
that's so crazy.
So having those qualities is important to taking over your business. And quite frankly, the real reason, to be honest, is because no one is going to run your business like you do, right? So stepping away was extremely hard for me to do, right? I remember like the first 60 to 90 days, I was still like in the emails, and she would be texting me like, get out the emails, right? Because you have to trust me.
Absolutely.
So she almost loves this company as much as I do because my daughter's name is on it. So I lucked up in that way. There's a lot of people that are qualified, but somebody that has the same passion for you in the space that you are, I think that's what made her overqualified for the position.
Okay. And so in you becoming the CEO of this company, did you ever think that you would do something like
I want
this?
to put this out here, yo. I never applied for this job. I didn't ask for this job. I didn't want this job. Okay. It was something that was provided to me.
Yeah.
And say, hey, this year this is what you'll be doing. I was like, bro, I don't want to do that. Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Okay. And that's how it happened. So I didn't imagine me being here or doing any of this. A podcast? Never. I don't like the camera.
She hates the camera.
PodCon.
Hates the camera.
It was nice.
Fair enough.
But no, it was a genuine process. Like I would come to the house and we having cookouts. I think we hung out all the time, like every week. And I just see him tapping away on the computer. And y'all don't know Herman, but he'd be screaming at the computer and yelling. And I was like,
you do that?
You don't gotta do that. You need some help? No, I got it. It took him about 6 months to finally say I need help. I stopped asking. I was like, I'm not gonna keep asking.
Drive you crazy, bro.
So then I came to work for free, and then I graduated. Worked for free, answered the phones, $500 a month.
Yeah.
Then he was like, "You think you could do this full time for me?" And I was like, maybe. Yeah, I could do that. Let me buy my house first. I bought my house, and then I came over full time.
So y'all from where y'all from?
Philly.
Okay. Born and raised.
Born in
Brooklyn, raised in Philly.
Born in Brooklyn. Okay. Commonalities. Oh, hold on. Yeah. So why'd you leave?
I was 11 and I didn't have a choice. My parents was like, we out. We was living in a 1-bedroom apartment.
Fair.
And then my brother came along. So it was 3 kids, 1-bedroom apartment. We had to figure it out. That was 30 years ago. So houses were a lot cheaper.
Definitely were.
So my parents got a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom house in Philly. And they got it for $80,000.
Sheesh.
Yeah, $80,000. I think we're $400,000 right now. Yeah, so real estate is good.
So in creating this company, what was the idea behind that? You know, what makes you wake up and say, I'm gonna make something called Bella Sloan?
You know what's crazy? I think this whole thing is I can't even say it's on purpose. Watching HGTV, I was like, oh, let me flip a house, right? And I put everything on a credit card, maxed out my credit cards, right? So my credit score tanked. I couldn't refinance the house, right? And I was going to flip it. I had no intention of refinancing it. Then it was like 2008 when everything crashed, so people couldn't get loans. So you had that going on. I kind of figured out, I just rented it out. So I chilled for a little bit because my first experience in entrepreneurship didn't work out as well as I did, because on HGTV, they were in and out these houses in 30 minutes on an episode, right? And they were doing 2, 3, 4 houses or whatever. Then Bella, my wife, got pregnant. And by that time, I just knew a little bit more. So the moment she told me she was pregnant and we knew what we was going to name the baby, I created LLC. We went to Italy for vacation. And I was a social worker at the time. I had to give up all my purse PTO to go on this vacation. So it was like a baby moon, because your life is never going to be the same after the baby comes, right? So we went on this baby moon. And then I told my brother, shout out to Kev, I was like, yo, that was lit. But I realized while I was there, I had to ask somebody permission to be there. And, he said the famous J line, unless you own your own, you'll never be free. So I was like, what the hell am I going to do? I don't know what to sell on. He's like, that credit thing you do, because I really understood credit at the time. He's like, you should charge people for it. And then he said another crazy line. He was like, they're going to pay somebody, so they might as well pay you. So he's like, just charge people. So I got a couple of my friends. I did their credit for free, posted the receipts on social media. And then people started calling me like, yo, I want that too. So I started charging $250, $300, $500. And that was the birth of Bella Sloan, right? And you always got to make your skill better. So I went on YouTube University, try to learn some things that I didn't know. And then you just go down this rabbit hole. I fell into business funding, right? Because the algorithm brought me there. And that was it. It was ball game after that. I fell in love with it. And I was like, these folks giving out $50,000 just because you got good credit, just by signing your name. It was over. So now I bring that information back to my people, and then Bella Sloan just grew because we're educating, we're getting people funded, we're showing them what to do with the capital because you got to pay the money back, and that's where we are 7-8 years later.
Got you. So now, with that being said, you said kind of a double-edged sword moment, and I'm gonna make it a slight conflict.
Okay.
You'll never have true freedom unless you have your own. So you being the CEO of Bella Sloan, does that affect anything?
This is mine. I do what I want.
See, this is why we fight.
I do what I want. I move and shake as I please. Okay,
I allow her to feel that way. Yeah,
you can see the fruits in that labor.
Okay,
of what that is. But I do what I do because I like it, right? And I have my own stuff too, and I own a little couple shares in here. You know what I'm saying? So we share. We're partners.
Makes sense.
Hey buddy.
So it's a company that you have just you two as the employees or the structure, and as the boards, and then you have staff.
Yeah, we have staff. We have employees. We have virtual assistants. We have people on the states, run the credit repair department. Yeah, we have many people that make this work. Payroll be crazy. Oh. We have vendors, contractors. Yeah, payroll be frightening. Payroll was so bad one time. That was another time I was yelling at the computer because we had to pay one person $6,000.
60,000.
Huh?
Sheesh.
60,000.
Yeah, we had to pay one person $60,000 1 week. Yeah, man, my heart couldn't do that. At the time, I think I was like 38. I couldn't do that anymore. So she's like, I started to do payroll. Yeah, you have to, because I'm average through. But then she had to remind me. She's like, listen, if you're able to pay somebody $60,000, that means you made X.
Facts.
I was like, yeah, but Dave Chappelle, I want it all here. So she started doing payroll. I couldn't look at it anymore.
And so when you're dealing with these staff members and everybody, how often do they see you versus how often they see Herman?
They never see Herman.
Never.
I think I just hired somebody like 3 weeks ago, and he yelled at me like, "Why haven't I met him yet?" I'm like, "Why? Why do you need to?"
Yeah, like I don't even know boy name.
Why do you need to? It's not your job.
Maurice, Mark, what's his name?
Mark.
Tell Mark I said hello.
I will. But
she won't even give me Mark's email so I can say hello.
You can have it.
All right, put us in an email. Introduce me to
Sure, but
that's wild.
I want us to move in a more corporate fashion. As the founder, he doesn't need to know all these people. He just needs to know the company's moving. It's my job to oversee and hire managers and put people in position to do what they're supposed to do. So I don't need him to worry about payroll or anything else.
You don't have like holiday parties or anything that goes back into the company in that kind of way?
Yeah, but he ain't there.
That's crazy. Because she don't tell me about them. She don't talk about company meetings, none of that stuff, bro.
He needs to be at places like Sixers Galas and meeting with people like Lala, and like he needs to be in those type of run. He doesn't need to be here. That's not his job.
Fair enough.
That's what is wild.
So you don't worry about like cohesion though?
Talk to her, bro.
Yeah, but does the workers hang with the founder of Apple?
Sometimes.
Well, he's not here, but I
mean, when he was,
Target,
he did.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The boards do, not employees.
That's a piece, Steve Jobs. That's wild. That's crazy.
I want us to move in a lot more corporate fashion. I don't want them to get used to having complete access to him, because no one should have access to him. Literally no one. So I'm here. And then as we continue to build and grow, there are people under me, and then they won't have access to me.
You sound a little selfish there. I mean,
I actually low key understand it.
No, I get it.
Because it helps avoid triangulation. Everything goes through her. Because if they have access to me, they be like, yo, man, Damaris is bugging. Because she be bugging. I'm like, no, she's in charge. And I had to do that a couple of times. I was like, yeah, but she's in charge. Even if I didn't agree with her decision, I'm like, nah, she's in charge.
We don't agree often, guys.
Often. But she's in charge.
Often. So how does that work when the disagreement happens between founder and CEO?
Baby.
No,
that's crazy.
I don't even know how to articulate with that.
Bro, that's house business. We ain't gotta put that on God's internet.
We gotta pray and have a moment.
Yeah, man, it'd be crazy sometimes. No, it'd be crazy.
It'd be wild.
I think we're still learning how to process that. And for some reason, we kind of figure it out from time to time. Sometimes I know when to concede. Other times she doesn't know when to concede.
Wow, this is crazy. You paint out to be the villain.
No, bro. Like I'm talking to my man.
Right,
so, but we're figuring it out. Because it's been a year and some change since she's totally taken over reign, and it's been like 6 to 8 months since I sit down, shut up, and let her do her thing. And I'm like, all right, well, what do you want? What do you not? Sometimes where I really don't like something, I'm like, no, we're not doing that. And I was like, no. And then I'd be like, no, it's mine. We're not doing it. I don't want that.
And when he does no, it's mine, I let him do it. And then when it don't work out, like you said, you want to do it.
Fine. Yeah. And yeah.
Yeah, but it's a waste of time.
Hey, bro.
Just let me lead
But everybody's
sometimes.
happy. Everybody's happy.
And so who would be of the biggest demographic in, the United States that you guys target the most?
Well, we try to target everyone, right? But your own will hit you up first. So I like to tell people this all the time. Black people made me rich. So my folk took care of me first. They put me on. And they gave me capital and access to be presented to other populations right now. So we're in different rooms right now because of that. But definitely the Black population, 50% women, 50% Black. Our age group is from 18 to like 50. So it's extremely broad because we're in a service-based business. So everyone needs credit. Everyone needs money. So we're not pigeonholed to any one thing. So from your pizzeria to your guy starting a t-shirt company, they'll hit us up for funding.
That's dope. And so what are some of the automations that you use for these people to have access to Bella Sloan Enterprises? Because as you build, the name, even me personally, I knew the name Haitian CEO before I knew Bella Sloan Enterprises.
Right. This is where she shines, actually.
I was asking her.
Systems in place.
Systems, right? It's people. Yeah. It's a Friday. We working, so I got a team full of people asking me questions. Sorry. There's a plethora of systems that we use, but I think the foundation of where we are and how we use it, I don't think it's necessarily the actual system, is what you put in place. So like my SOPs, how do I want those SOPs to look for that formula in that fashion, and who can do that? Because even though we have say we use something like, I don't know, QuickBooks or like Go High Level or something like that. Yeah, that's great, but who thrives in what? So systems doesn't mean just products, it's people too. So I just figure out what the strengths are. So when I do interviews and when I hire people, I always ask what's their strengths and their weakness, so I know where to put them. And I ask them to tell me how they learn. How do you learn? Because it gives me an idea, okay, this person can work well. And then when I hear you talk, oh, this works well. So for example, my last person, I hired him as a credit specialist. That was the actual job he applied for because he knows that stuff. But when I hired him, I didn't hire him as that. He's working now in Bella Sloan Academy. I felt like he was a better fit here because this is all the things that he applied for. That's where it is. So he's following that SOP and he's thriving in that area. So I just think understanding what those foundational things that you need for your business is more helpful than the actual system.
And so Bella Sloan Academy, this is where you guys teach other people how to do what you do?
Not what I do per se.
Or what Bella Sloan Enterprises does?
Yes, Bella Sloan Academy teaches the people the importance of personal credit, financial for your business, and then a slew of other topics that we talk about. We bring experts in to talk about like trust and insurance and crypto. So they have like a powerhouse of places where they know they can invest, but also learn to kind of scale and grow a business of their own, whether it's credit or a hair salon or whatever else you're doing.
And so you mentioned corporate earlier, and people like to associate the word pricey with corporate. And so how affordable or how inclusive would your pricing structure be for the everyday person?
For the corporate or what we currently have now?
For what you have for the academy.
Oh, the subscription is $50 a month.
Oh, okay.
50 piece. That's 50 piece. Light work. And we meet
five times
every
a
week.
Month?
Yeah.
Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday we meet. Plus the accountability call with one of our coaches. We meet 5 times a week, 5 times a month for $50. So $10 a class.
Literally.
And we give you the game.
And you get a coach. So we hired, shout out to Mike. He is our accountability coach, but he's also the academy coach. So like if you are a mentee and you need help with something, not understanding, like, dang, they can't talk to Herman because Herman is not accessible, right? Yeah. That's the structure. Hey, we got Coach Mike. What do I do here? I don't know what to do. And they have the ability to talk to him via email, phone, or in our accountability calls every month. So
got it. And so at what point so the question is mainly for me, what is the biggest financial addition to the company? I guess I'm asking as well.
What do you mean?
So if the academy is $50 a month or,
what's the price structure? How the levels? Yeah. So you got the subscription. The next thing after that is the 10K VIP day. So you spend a day with me for $10,000 in Philly. And it's more hand holding. We show you the structures of your business and all that stuff. And then we take you to 2 banks to get funding. And then put you up in a Ritz-Carlton, cater Haitian meal, take you out to dinner. So you get a whole VIP experience. After that, once a year, we do something called the Audit Your Circle Mastermind, where that is it's like a 3-month program, where We show you how to structure your own funding company, because your own funding company, you can trip into $250,000, $500,000 a year if you're terrible at it, but it's easily a 7-figure business. So we show you how to do that. Graduation, we take you overseas. So we did Jamaica last year for that mastermind. This year we're figuring out what we're going to do with it. So we have different levels right now. Right now we're trying to find something to put in between the monthly subscription and the 10K product. So we're trying to figure out a $5,000 product where it's more of a consultation for your business specifically and structuring. So we have different tiers that everybody taps into.
Got it. Okay. No, that's dope. That's inclusive. And so, yeah, you have a YouTube channel. I definitely saw that. What is the goal behind some of the videos that you put out there?
The goal behind that, first of all, content is king. And understanding that I'm not an expert in everything, right? I have a lot of amazing partners, a lot of smart people around me, and you guys need to know who these smart people are that's around me. So shout out to Lala. She's here. She's a wonderful attorney that is doing some crazy things, understands crazy things, and our people don't understand this information, which keeps the generational wealth gap significant. In 10 minutes conversation I would have with her, I'd be like, ooh, if I do this, this, and this, that'll change. That'll give me X amount more of money, or I will save X amount just in having a 10-minute conversation with her, right? Or somebody, my other guy, Steve, who talks about crypto, right? I'm not familiar with it, but he's really, really good at it. When I went to Dubai 3-4 weeks ago, right? He's like, yo, Herm, I'm about to put some money in here. I would never give anybody money like this. I sent him $2,500. By the time I got back from Dubai, it was $6,000, right? Because he really understands the crypto game. So those are the people I like my mentees to get access to, because I can give you funding all day, but you have to pay this money back. How do you invest it, right? I want to put you in front of people who I trust.
Absolutely.
Right. So that's the value add that they get.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's the next part I was going to talk about is, once people get the funding, do you have, main funnels that you take them to create businesses? Because it's kind of, I'm a mindset coach. And so for me, I refer my students, my mentees, to you guys for the funding, but I'm helping them with their actual business structure. So is there specific business structures that work well with your funding process?
So we're not a caveat for telling you what to do with the money. You should want to come into business for whatever it is you want to. I shouldn't be the one telling you what to do. Then we have, in our course, it says the educations, and then we have a part where we teach you about these investments, but it's your choice what you do with the money. And I'm never going to sit on the phone yeah, I think you should do this. No. What do you want to do? Why do you want to go into business?
People will call you. Yeah, oh, thanks for the 50. What am I going to do with it? I'm like, I don't know.
I
thought you had a business, right? Because we put in your business name. We thought you had a business, but sometimes people don't. But we tried to fill in that gap of, all right, well, here's a real estate coach, here's a crypto coach, here's a Toro coach, here's a mindset coach, here's a therapist, nail salon, whatever. So we put those people in front of you, trucking, whatever it is. But we want you to come in understanding you have an LLC. What was the LLC for?
Right.
You had a business. So I gave you 50 for you to put into that business or put into further education for yourself.
So what's been your biggest horror show moment as far as a funding client goes?
Horror show?
Yeah, shit just went left.
I wouldn't say in regards to horror for funding. Horror as in just clients?
Yeah.
Tons.
Funding clients are our easiest clients. Yeah. They come in, they set up properly, 50, 60, 100. Yeah, they're good. They're out your hair. The struggle? Who's the struggle? She has better stories than I do, because I stepped away to it, so I wouldn't have a stroke.
I'll make it nice, and I'll let it pass easy for you. Our people have a hard time with being accountable for what they want and how they achieve that goal. We're here because we did the work, and I'm giving it to you what to do. I don't want to hold your hand for $0 an hour to tell you how to do it. And the expectation that they have of you when they give you $50, they feel like they own you. Not the mentees, but I'm just saying, that's a number I'm just saying out loud. The horror in that is they don't know how to communicate. When talking to a business, they don't know how to fully articulate themselves in order for them to get the solution they want. It's immediate aggression. It's immediate cussing and fussing and threatening. No one likes to work in that atmosphere. And now I don't want to give it to you. So I've created a specific section in our business and our SOPs where if any specific language is produced to you in an email and it creates a hostile environment, escalate it to me immediately. And I will call them, I'll refund them their money, and I'll tell them why they no longer can work with Bella Sloan Enterprises.
Yeah, we refund king and queen here. I pay for peace.
The horror is just the communication and just, why the F you ain't and come see about me and all that. I'm like, whoa.
Wild
We a business,
times, bro.
We a
Wild
business.
time. $50? You bugging.
Like it's not giving that. And we like to treat people with respect, and we like it to be an environment where everybody gets what they need. But you can't get what you need from us if you're talking like that. So that's the horror in that. But for the most part, everybody's pretty cool. Everybody's nice.
And so I obviously know you guys go to a lot of events where, you know, people might gain that level of access to you, you know, both of you. And how is it navigating those rooms when people are just there? They're not paying for anything with you and everything, and they're right in front of you and they're like, hey, I got this question on this and that, and, you know, et cetera, et cetera.
She hires security.
Yep. So, listen,
yeah,
shout out to Prestige.
Shout out Prestige, yeah.
We literally be like, and they be like, all right, come on.
Let's go.
Because a part of it is a part of the game. You being here, that's what you're coming here to do in that sense. But when it's getting a little bit too much, you just do a little wink, a little head nod, and you get escorted out.
But you always want to show love to the people that support you. So we give the time. But sometimes you don't understand that 100 people doing that is it's taxing. It's very, very difficult. I would never want to be a real celebrity. It's a lot. You're like, I remember I went to a recession proof conference, and Marcus it was 5,000 people there. And I forgot. He's like, yo, Herm, the video you did for me for business funding, can I put it in my program? I was like, yeah, I got you. So anybody that bought his program knows me. So when I got to the conference in Vegas, everyone knew me, and I didn't understand why. It was really confusing to me. I couldn't make it to the bathroom, like literally. Damn. It took like 15 minutes to get to the bathroom. And then I went to the bathroom and I was walking out. All these people were waiting outside of the bathroom to talk to me. And it was absolutely ridiculous. But you can only give so much game and talk to so many people because I gotta go back to the conference and learn some game. But we appreciate networking events. We love meeting the people that support us. They're an absolute blessing. They motivate us and remind us, because we're removed from it a lot. They remind us why we do this.
Yeah, I actually do like them a lot. So every time we see them, when we leave, I'd be like, oh.
Yeah, man, we're doing some good in this world, hopefully.
And so do you feel like you've been able to have more reach branching out from Philly, almost like a Neo situation? Because, you know, Neo's the same way, but then bringing that back to Philly, having it like a hub. And, you know, a second part of that would be, well, what do you feel about the Black Mecca of Atlanta?
We have this tagline: championships are won on the road. So we are on the road at least 40% of the year. Shout out to our families that support us in being able to do that. It's not possible without her mother. Right. It's not possible without her mother or mine. It just is impossible. But yeah, being able to go on the road is where you meet your Lalas, is where you meet your Steves, is where you meet X, Y, and Z, who, or even you. Like, we saw Bill talking yesterday. He's like, yeah, man, they got land in Virginia for like $14. I'm like, what? Yeah. Right? So I'm like, all right, so we got to tap in. You know what I'm saying? So being in these different rooms of people with the same mindset is super, super important to the growth of us as individuals, and to the growth of our business, and to the growth of our mentees. Because what we do is we take the L's. So if you tell me, Herm, there's property for sale in Virginia for the low, I'm accumulating wealth right now, I'm going to do it first because I can afford to take losses my mentees can't. So I'm going to take the L first. And you know my tagline, success has receipts. And I'll be like, yo, this worked. The mayor's got one, I got one, and my kids got one. Who wants to go to Virginia? Right? So this is what the networking opportunities give. So it's actually a big part of our business plan. Like, all right, where are we going this month? Where are we going this month? Who are we going to meet? Is it worth it? So it's truly, truly important.
And so how do you situate that rollout to say, what's the next step? Because I know also, as, you know, a founder, CEO of my companies, you know, often people look to you for what's next, but sometimes you may not always know what's next. So how do you create that schedule going into 2023, 2024, 2025?
I don't know. I just do. I really don't. It's just all right, we need to do this. Because when you're constantly in the business, you see like, okay, we need to pivot now. We need to do something. That's how we structured the idea of the subscription model. Because Herman was like, what we looking like? I was like, I don't think we're looking that good. We should probably do something different.
Yeah,
and
we was down. The academy was down like 40%.
Yeah.
Right? And we had to come up with a plan. So it was like 40% in July. So we structured to go subscription. Right?
What's
so
the word?
Subscription.
Oh, there you go.
You all right? No, I'm asking you a question. Yeah, I'm talking to you. It's those. Yeah, we went subscription and we did we was like, yo, instead of the mentorship being $1,500, $1,000, we're gonna make it $50. And then it exploded from there. So being able to project, watch, and understand. Sometimes we don't know. Other times we do plan things out. Like the first 90 days of this year are done. Right? Somebody hit me up. I was like, bro, I'll see you in April or May. Right? So sometimes we do plan things out, but other times it is on the fly where we're like, ooh, the business is doing this. We should pivot here. Oh, I see this business model is working for this person. We should look at it here.
Every 6 months, I take a gander at where we are in the holes and gaps as far as what we need to do. I think that's important for every company as you do what you do to see like, okay, is this good still? Do we need to pivot? What's the market like? And that's how we just kind of figure out those things.
Understanding the market, yeah.
Like adding new products because we need to add another product. So now that we went $50, we need to add a product in between that. You can't go from $50 to $10K. That's wild.
That's wild.
It's a huge
you need
gap
something
there.
in the middle of that.
Yeah.
Facts. And so at what point in business do you guys realize you need somebody like Lala?
Oh, dag, that's a good question. How do you answer that?
When you sit and look at all your assets and see where you are and see, okay, we need to go, because the deeper repulse, we're going into like the whole corporate structure, because I'm all about corporate, right? So corporate is also changing us in the way that we handle business. So because of that mindset, we need somebody like Lala to show us the real tricks and trades of what it means to really fully be in business. So because what we teach is fundamental, like little kid stuff, Lucky Charms, right? But I'm trying to get the steak, you know what I'm saying, the filet mignon, with the lobster servitor.
You answered that well. Yeah. And then sometimes, again, being at these networking situations, you hear somebody talking, you're like, oh, we don't do that. Oh, listen, I'm trying to tell you, we did a podcast with her, so y'all gonna know who Lala is. She to the side right now, but
she's coming on Saturday.
She coming on Saturday. Okay, great. It's like you have like a 10-15 minute conversation, and I feel like there are, you think they're little holes? I am exposed out here, right? So there's different levels. Like, no, bro, you need to be doing this. You're paying too much in taxes. Why are you paying taxes? Yeah, I'm paying I got my taxes down to 10%. That's too much. You're an idiot. Wow. I'm like, oh, my bad. All right. Well, so all that is important. When the levels you grow, you're in different rooms, you're having different conversations, and when you're having different conversations with those people, they elevate your business. So that's the answer to your question. I happen to be in a different room, in a different place, so I'm around different people that educate me.
Got it. You have a book?
Yes, I have a book. I have a couple books coming out, right? Okay. So I have a book called Startup, The Secrets to Getting Business Credit. I took it off of Amazon because Amazon, they take a lot, bro. They take like 40%. And my what can I say? Savvy runs my shout out to Savvy. She runs all my social media platforms. And she's like, bro, you just need to self-publish. Right. So all right, that's another LLC. So Sloan Monroe Publishing, the middle names of my kids. So we're gonna self-publish that book again. We're gonna re-release it. And then in quarter two? Quarter two, we wrote 2 children's books coming out. Bella Gets Business Credit. And so it's about my daughter Bella and how she got business credit, because we want to get financial literacy into the hands of kids a lot sooner, because we learned a lot with working with adults, like the basis of credits and collections. And I'm talking to a 30-year-old like, bro, you got to pay the T-Mobile bill, but they don't understand budgeting or anything like that. So let's teach kids that. The second book is called The ABCs of Credit. So that's Olivia Monroe's book. She co-authored with me, right? And literally it teaches you your ABCs, but also teaches you A is for APR, B is for balance, C is for credit, D is for debt to income. So those things, as they're learning the ABC, they're learning financial literacy. And in the back of the book is a glossary for all these words, which is also going to help who? The person that's reading the book to the child, which is the adult, right? Flashcards coming too. So those are the 3 books we got coming out in quarter 2 of 2024.
So with you being this passionate with your kids,
Mhm.
which they're the name of their company.
Mhm.
Outside of just the financial literacy portion of it, what would you want the biggest takeaway of your journey to be for your children? What would you want them to learn the most from you?
The most thing I want to learn my kids to learn from me is that time is their most valuable asset, not necessarily money. Because I know we work for money. We work very hard for money right now, Damaris and I. So I would like to pivot to the place of them truly understanding, like, hey, we gave you the assets. They're making their money on their own, and understanding that your time is super valuable, and what you're going to do with your time that I bought for you, and how you're going to impact and change the world after I'm gone. I think that's the best lessons I want to leave for them. Like, what's your fingerprint you're going to leave on this world, now that I've given you time to change and make impact?
And I believe that footage and everything is timeless. So if you could say one thing to your children, what would it be for them to see in a couple of years?
Oh, so Bella and Olivia, Daddy loves you very much. Don't mess up the bag. Lala's number is in the drawer to the left of the. I'm kidding. Make sure you call the attorney. But Daddy left you an amazing legacy behind, for you to truly make an impact on this world. Do not be selfish with your time, and the assets that I left you behind. Make sure you leave an amazing fingerprint on this world to prove to the world that God gave you something special.
Amazing. And then for Damaris, you being a young Black female CEO, do you feel pressure to set a certain standard within our environment and our community nowadays?
Do I feel pressure? Nah, not really. What's the word you use for me all the time?
I can't say that on camera. Right?
What?
No, other word. Which word?
Use parental guidance on that one. Say it, okay? I don't think pressure is not a thing for me. I don't want to say this in a crazy way. I moved to the beat of my own drum. So
100%.
I come from corporate world, right? So my background is mortgages, so finances. So that's a predominantly white male industry. I'm just used to it. I don't feel pressure. I think it's important that I hold myself in a proper posture because I am Black and because I am a woman. But the pressure part, no. I mean, it happens. It don't. I work hard and I don't cry about it. So.
And have you ever had to deal with adversity from people who still think old school, as far as like, talking to somebody at the bank or, physically face to face with somebody else like that?
I mean, yeah, I dealt with adversity in a slew of positions that I've been in. It's just the way that I like the fact that I'm articulate and I can use proper grammar and vocabulary when I need to. And I like the fact that I have the hood side of me. They'd be like, excuse me, I don't know who you think you're talking to.
That'd be crazy. Wow.
Yeah, no. But because I'm so lovey and bubbly, I don't have to deal with such negativity in that space. I just know when to turn it on and turn it off. So I just figure out how to maneuver through the people that I need to, and in a polite way where I don't have to feel pressure or feel like there's something missing. Because at any point where I do feel like there's something that I'm like, dang, I didn't know that, or how did I do that? I learned something to solve a problem. So like my biggest thing and my biggest motto for all my employees is be a problem solver. If you can solve somebody's problem without whining and complaining about it, be great. You're a great asset. So I learned firsthand how to solve a problem, which makes me valuable in any room that I'm in.
Amazing. So last question that I want to, leave you guys with. I appreciate your time and everything.
Absolutely.
Outside of the merch dropping, which I'm getting the first shirt,
100%.
what else do you guys have
at the
going on for 2024? What should people expect?
Jesus Christ, this year is wild, bro. So at the end of first quarter is the Blueprint Summit in Philadelphia.
Don't miss it. It's wild times.
Listen, what we got planned is going to be absolutely it's going to be major.
And it's y'all event?
Yes, yes. It's our summit that we do every year, and we didn't even want to call it a conference because it's a summit, because all these conferences, no shade to anybody, right? Because we made the same mistake last year. We sold out our conference in 2 weeks, right? We had all the celebrities: Pinky Cole, Wallow and Gilly, Al Harrington, Larry Hughes. Like, it was celebs. And then we gave game. But I realized something. People don't care nothing about that. They came for the game. They came for the knowledge. So what we're teaching at the Blueprint Summit this year is going to be it's the next level. So you're here. all right, now we got to take you. I gave you this information already. I'm not going to keep teaching it to you. So now we're talking about trust and real estate, the next levels of real estate syndication deals, and how to truly do life insurance policies. Literally showing you the Rockefeller blueprint. And it's only going to be 3 people teaching, right? It's not going to be, it's going to be just like a classroom. So bring your notebooks. It's going to be absolutely incredible. March 22nd and 23rd in Philadelphia. It's going to be major. So that's a really big thing that we're doing. And of course, the merch is dropping. Of course, the children books is coming out. And then we're going to be on tour. We're going to be traveling everywhere, speaking this game all over the country. Because anybody that's a mentee, we're going to be doing pop-ups all over the country. So Chicago, we're coming. Houston, we're coming. Dallas, we're coming. LA is our favorite place. We're coming. So we're going to be around. We're going to preach this gospel. Oh, we're going to be working with athletes who are getting these NIL deals to teach them the game because their money is being stolen from them. Our curriculum is going to be going into
more foundation stuff, Blueprint Foundation.
Yeah, stuff. Our Blueprint Foundation, which is our nonprofit. We're going to be bringing this education into schools, into high schools, into colleges. So we have an extremely busy 2024, and I'm super excited.
Yeah.
Wow. So I also want to put on camera. That's March 22nd, you said?
March 22nd and 23rd in Philadelphia.
We're going to sponsor a couple tickets for whoever watches this episode to go to that summit.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to pop something up on the screen during this podcast episode. So if you catch the code, put it in the description, send us a DM. And we got you some
appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
But we want to leave people with one solid gem. If you could, teach just the crowd anything from both of you, from the perspective of a CEO and the perspective of a founder, what would you say they need to do to get to the next level of their careers or their journey?
Tough one.
That is tough. My best advice is always be authentic to yourself. The worst thing you can do is lie to you. And the worst thing that you can do is, the worst thing for me to do is be driven by money, because money is always going to be here. But chasing money is like a rat in a little race. It's never satisfying, right? So if you stay true to who you are, never lie to yourself, and understand your worth, I think your acceleration will be beyond what you can imagine. 6 years from now, you could not have told me that I would be sitting here doing a podcast or running a multi-million-dollar company. Never.
Allegedly.
Never. Allegedly? Okay, cool.
Right,
my bad, yeah. We only make like $1 a day. You couldn't have told me that. But because I decided to stop playing with myself and to really put my foot down on the ground and do what was needed for me and what I enjoy, that's why I'm here. So if you could be authentic to yourself and not lie to you, that's the best thing I can tell you to do.
The best return on investment is yourself. This is totally cheesy, right? But it's true. Herman, what should I invest in? The moment they get capital, what should I invest in? I was like, your brain, right? Anytime I've taken a mentorship, more times than not, I have infinitely made back that money, right? So there's levels to every game. First, it was a $50 mentorship, $1,000 mentorship, $5,000, $10,000, $25,000, $30,000. You know what I'm saying? We took a mentorship on how to do VIP days.
Yes.
That cost us how much? $30,000, right? And then we charged $10,000 for our VIP days, and we've done how many, right? So
I have booked several VIP days, and I have yet to get my commission check on any of those.
That is wild.
It's crazy.
This is family business, and it's a public podcast on
sorry.
God's internet. This is what I be dealing with. This is my time to do my monologue.
Oh, my bad.
So investing in yourself is super important. Number 2, investing back into the business that you're building. That's my only regret. I didn't take my profits and put it back into Bella Sloan faster. I would have been at 8-9 figures way sooner, right? So I wasn't hiring out. I wasn't getting systems. I didn't do any of those things. I just kept the profits to myself. So investing back into your business, you'll be very surprised how the return on investment is definitely going to 10x you a lot faster than you think.
Amazing. Well, I learned a lot about Bella Sloan Enterprises. Thank y'all for coming on the show. And if people wanted to tap into your network, your YouTube, your Instagram, anything, where could they find you guys at? Well,
like the mayor said, you can't get in touch with me. So,
Stop it. That's not nice.
Not mature? All right.
Oh my
so
gosh.
You can find me on Haitian_CEO on Instagram and Twitter. And definitely follow the business page, Bella_Sloan_Enterprises on Twitter and Instagram. Haitian_CEO on TikTok. I think Savvy put us everywhere.
Yeah.
And definitely check out the YouTube page where we give out free information all the time. We teach classes on there. Bella Sloan Enterprises on YouTube. We look forward to being of service. Damaris, where you at?
I mean, I'm just on Instagram. Damaris_ the CEO. I'm real light with it.
Hey, sometimes that's what it takes.
Yes,
but
yes.
You already know. It's your host, Moneybag Rich here, and we had another crazy episode. Thank you guys for coming on. As we said earlier, we will be sponsoring a couple tickets to y'all, so make sure you tune in. Check out the episode. This will be out before March 22nd and 23rd, so stay tuned. As we always say, we look good, we live good. Life is good. Talk to us, we talk back, and we out.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.